Hello, this is Sandy, and I'm here to go through a recording of your syllabus, hopefully to clarify some issues. I want to remind you that this is our first draft of the syllabus. As we move along, we're going to find that we're probably going to have some areas that will make changes. So I am providing this as a beginning point. If you have any questions on anything, you can always let me know. As you'll see, this is online. Our course is held on it begins Thursdays, and I will do sessions on Thursday. If no one shows, I just record my lecture, but if people show, then I can answer questions for you as well. Currently we're at 6 on Thursday nights, but it will depend if people want to go a little later, say 6:30. We can always do that. Excuse me. My office hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday, 3:30 to 6:30 usually. Occasionally these hours will change based on things happening, and I will communicate that in announcements in Canvas. You should also know we've just gone to Canvas, and as a result, there are going to be a couple of little hiccups like we had with our first week's readings. But if you ever see anything that isn't right, you just have to let me know, and I will make the adjustments to make sure it works for you. I do want you to read our statement about diversity, equity, and inclusion. You'll see we want to treat everyone with respect and dignity. We use universally designed learning environments to create an equitable place where everyone can feel comfortable and help you to find the best ways for you to explore how you can respond to assignments. We work to denounce any discrimination. If anything you ever see in this class or any subsequent class is not within keeping with this statement, I want you to reach out to me so I can make an effort to ensure your success and the success of others. This particular course is going to look at leadership in different environments, but also we're going to look at where leadership, management, and supervision all interact. We're going to look at problem solving, conflict resolution, leadership styles, cross-cultural and cross-generational challenges, and stakeholder engagement. We're looking at ethics, and we're looking at a number of different things. The whole point, though, is this course is what I call a buffet course. A little of this, a little of that. We never stay too long at one thing. This one course goal is to introduce you to the basics of leadership. These are our learning outcomes and where you will see them reflected in assessment methods. We're exploring leadership theories and best practices, and that's in our leadership plan and your essay on leadership. And the leadership plan is actually the Leadership Development Action Plan. You'll see that interpreting cross-generational and cross-cultural challenges and trends will be part of your Leadership Development Action Plan. I also want you to look at self-leadership, which is so incredibly important. This is part of student life experience, and that is the Enneagram and the Leadership Compass, which we're going to be doing next week. Developing problem solving and techniques and conflict resolution. This is again going to be the Leadership Development Action Plan and the Enneagram. The Enneagram is a personality tool I briefly mentioned last week, and it's going to be something that's going to help you to better understand yourself and how to work better with others. We look at ethical elements of authentic leadership. This is going to be a critical piece that you're going to see reflected throughout the entire program. And you'll also notice that we're looking at writing. Writing is incredibly important, and every class dedicates a portion of it to your development in that area. Here's how you'll be graded in this class. Discussion board posts and responses. Many of you have already done your first discussion board. I'm thrilled to see that. And then written assignments, your final project, and your final presentation. One thing you should know is that a few of your written assignments are actually aspects of your final project. That means you get a chance to do it in a weekly basis and then reflect on it, get my feedback, and then Make any adjustments you need to before you submit it as your final project. Your final presentation is going to be very interesting, and what it's going to allow you to do is to decide how you should best represent yourself in that final class. We'll be talking more about this as we go forward. Look at the grade key and you can see that if you receive a 93 to 100, it's an A. It's really important to look at how our grading breaks down. An 87 to an 89 is a B+, but a 93 to 100 is an A. That's giving more exposure to people that do well in their assignments. So if you get, in some places, a 93 would be an A-, but here it's an A. You should know that A's and B's are the grades that graduate students should achieve. And if you get a C, that's technically not passing. But what it does show us is that you made an effort. And we work diligently with you to make sure that you can get through each course. Course expectations, that's what we talked about up here in the grading policy. And you'll see individually, you will see what each area is expected. Discussion boards, we expect you probably do your reading first. The first discussion board was about things you already knew about you. So there's no problem in feeling like you have to do that. But I want you to see that to make a really good discussion post, you need to have a 200 to 300 word post, and you respond to 2 fellow classmates. Initially, you're going to want to respond to way more than 2. And feel free to do so if you want, but I want you to bear in mind that we say it takes about 12 hours a week to do this class. That means you should adhere to the amount of time allocated for an assignment. For example, the first discussion post, I believe it's 90 minutes. That's an hour and a half. You shouldn't be spending any more time than an hour and a half to enable you to distribute the remainder of your time in the best way possible. The initial post in subsequent weeks and in subsequent classes will need to be made by Sunday every week. And your responses to fellow students and instructors must be made by, it shouldn't be Sunday, it should be Wednesday. So this is the first change we have to our syllabus. And I will make that and I will let you know when it's posted. Points are deducted when you don't post. And you can't make it up in later weeks. Your final project is going to be your Leadership Development Action Plan. You can find the template in the first week of this course. Every week you give yourself an opportunity to start exploring it. We will talk about it in each of our subsequent classes, so you're always moving forward with a little bit more information. At any time that you feel uncomfortable about the final project, always seek me out. You have my cell phone and you have my email, and I'll be glad to set up some time. Your final presentation is an important part of this course. It's something that you share. You could share anything from an experience you had that you'd like to share with someone, with your classmates, to it could be you tell a story that that really impacted you, or it could be something that impacts you that you want to share about going back to grad school, or it could be your Leadership Development Action Plan. Please feel free to talk with me, and we can always come up with what's best for you. In terms of the course outline and course schedule, I want you to think about this. The beautiful thing about learning is that no one can take it away from you. You'll always see quotes every week from me. Notice your weeks. It tells you the dates of a week, tells you the course learning outcomes, and it tells you topics covered and weekly readings. And then also an assessment method and some due dates are in there. Please feel free to contact me if there's any piece of this that doesn't make sense. I also want you to know that I do expect you to start getting used to turning in your assignments on time. One thing I know is that assignments that are turned in late make it tougher the next week. So we're going to try and maintain it. I will not be deducting points, not for the first few weeks, but I want you to see what we typically are going to abide by so you can get used to it. All your course materials and all your assignments must be posted to Canvas. I will not take any assignments via email. There's a really important point. It's impossible to grade things outside of Canvas. Everything being in Canvas means that we'll be able to keep up to date. There's some other things you can look at, expectations about your written work. And if you follow APA, you're going to do fine. Please remember that we haven't really gone into APA. My expectations are limited right now, but I promise you we will work forward to make this work for you. I'm truly looking forward to our time together in this course. I hope this recorded syllabus has helped you, and I look forward to your questions. Take care.